Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Laurie.
Today we are looking at our composition lesson. This is basically it's a story that somebody wrote. Maybe it could be just a fun story. It could be a real experience. And with this story or happening that somebody wrote about, there are pictures to look at and kind of see a visual of what happened.
That's right. 所以呢，今天来到我们看图作文的单元哦，那么就一样的就是有图片，然后呢，根据看到的这个图片，我们来写出这一篇短文。那么今天呢，这个看图作文的中文标题是《露营惊魂记》 ，and the English title is
A Camping Nightmare. Hey, the English and Chinese is different because the English is like 露营噩梦。
露营噩梦，
露营噩梦，
对。然后这个中文的标题是《露营惊魂记》，所以其实是 kind of close.
Kind of close.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a look and see what happens. All right. Looking at the first paragraph of our story, Wendy and her family set off on a camping trip, which they had been excited about for a long time. So Wendy and her family set off. Now, set off, in this case, is past tense. Like they've already done this.
That's right.
It's already happened. So, but they set off just kind of means they went on a camping trip. To set off means we use this a lot for when we're starting to do something exciting. They set off on a trip. It makes it more exciting.
A journey.
A journey. Yeah.
对。
So they set off. They went basically on a camping trip, which they had been excited about for a long time. So they wanted to go camping for a long time. They were really excited to go on this trip. So finally, they set off. They went on the trip.
所以呢，我们来看到第一句，他讲到 Wendy 跟他的家人呢，这里的 set off， 它有一种好像你踏上一个旅途，好，踏上一个什么的这种出发的感觉。但是呢，在中文其实我们比较单纯，就是翻出发啊。然后呢，前往一个这个他们期待已经很久，他们已经这个想去很久的一个这个露营的旅程啊。所以呢，这个是他们的第一句所讲的。
So in Chinese, it's just 他们出发了。
出发，对。但是
in English, when you set off for something, that's really dramatic. It's like you're going on a special quest or a mission or a trip.
所以这个东西其实可以去想象那种动画里面，或者是游戏里面，或者是那种故事里面，有那种踏上一个未知的旅程，勇者要去准备干嘛干嘛的这种感觉。
Yeah.
就是那个 set off 的感觉。
Yeah, maybe in the back you hear dun 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 dun. They set off on a magical journey.
他们踏上了魔法的旅程。这样。
Okay, so they packed all their camping gear and luggage into their car. So they packed all their camping gear. When we say camping gear just means the things you're going to need for camping. Your sleeping bag, maybe a tent, maybe things that you need to cook while you're camping, or maybe you want to go hiking. So gear are all of the tools and things you will need for camping. So they packed all their camping gear and luggage. So luggage in this case is all the clothes and that they're going to wear and use. That's why it's separate. Camping gear is camping. Luggage is, in this case, is their clothes and their other bags.
对。
So they packed all of that into their car.
所以呢，这里的话我们看到 pack 这个动词蛮常见到的哦，就是当你在打包行李，你在装东西都会用到的这个动词。所以他们呢就装了所有他们的露营装备，叫 camping gear。gear 刚刚呢这个 Stevie 老师就讲了，就是所有你可能会用到的工具跟装备，就是 gear。然后呢还有一些行李呢装进他们的车子里。
Yeah, if you like to play sports, maybe Okay, baseball. Baseball is very popular in Taiwan. So if you're going to go and play baseball with your friends, maybe you need your bat and your glove for catching.
对
And a ball.
Of
and
course.
Maybe some other things. So that would be baseball gear. That would be your sports gear.
没错，所以呢，你会注意到在 gear 的前面，其实你可以换字的，那它代表的就变成是不同的装备。但是概念呢，就是 gear 这个东西，它是装备的意思，工具的意思。所以呢，你前面换成了刚刚 Steve 老师讲的 baseball， 它就变成棒球装备，然后换成 sports 就变成运动装备。
Yeah.
这样的概念。
So we use it a lot for those types of things. Okay, so upon arriving at their destination, they pitched their tent in an open area and started to prepare the grill for a barbecue for their dinner. So upon arriving, this is a formal way that we use in stories
对
to say when they got there.
对
Upon arriving, when they got to their destination, when they got to the campground, we can say that one word, campground. So when they got to their destination, they pitched their tent. Now, pitch a tent is a phrase. It means to set up the tent.
That's right.
We could also say they set up their tent. But pitch is the proper word that we use for tents.
That's right.
Pitch a tent means to set up the tent so it stays up, it stands up. They pitched their tent, they set up their tent in an open area and started to prepare the grill for a barbecue for their dinner. They started to they prepare the grill to get it ready, maybe to put some coals and start the fire and get it ready to cook dinner, get it ready to barbecue.
没错。所以呢，接下来讲到一到达目的地，这里的 upon arriving 就刚刚 Stevie 老师讲的，这是在讲故事的时候一种就是很常见的这个用法一到达他们的目的地 destination 就是目的地的意思，他们呢就这个在河边搭起他们的帐篷，这里的搭帐篷的搭就会用这个动词 pitch， 然后呢也可以等于刚刚 Stevie 老师讲的 set up 都可以，然后呢就开始准备这个烤肉架是 grill。来这个烤肉呢来做晚餐。
Sounds fun so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take a quick break here and we'll be right back with part 2. Okay, we are back with part 2 and they've had their dinner. Okay. After enjoying their meal, Wendy and her parents went to sleep. So after having a nice meal at the campground, they all went to sleep, Wendy and her parents.
That's right. 所以呢，就在他们享用他们的这个晚餐之后，他们的一顿这个大餐之后呢 ，Wendy 跟她的这个父母就去睡觉了。
While her parents were sound asleep, Wendy suddenly woke up and needed to go to the bathroom. So while her parents were sound asleep, this just means when, okay? This means this happened when they were sleeping, while they were sleeping. It happened at the same time.
That's right.
So Wendy's parents were sound asleep, and so was she. But then she suddenly woke up because she needed to go to the bathroom. Maybe she had to pee.
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah. 好，所以呢，接下来他就讲到说，正当他的父母亲在 sound asleep， 就是熟睡的时候呢 ，Wendy 突然醒来，然后呢，需要去这个洗手间。
As she got up, she saw a figure with a flashlight outside the tent and was scared to death. So as she got up, this just means when she got up, she looked outside the tent, she saw a figure. A figure just means some sort of shape, okay?
That's right.
And when we say a figure, this is probably a figure like a person. Okay, a shape that looked like a person with a flashlight outside their tent. She saw a person with a flashlight outside the tent, and she was scared to death.
所以呢，接下来讲到，正当他起来的时候，就在他起身的时候呢，他看到了一个人影，然后有着一个这个手电筒，就在他们帐篷的外面。然后呢，他呢 was scared to death， 指的就是他吓得要死。直译
She screamed. Ah! Maybe more than that.I'm
sure it's more than that.
Yeah, maybe more. So she screamed, which immediately woke up her parents. Immediately means right away. 马上，
没错。
Right? She screamed, ah! And her parents woke up. Ah! What?
所以呢，他就尖叫他就大声尖叫，然后好，这个尖叫够了哈。
Okay, sorry.
很好，然后呢？Which 就是指这个尖叫呢，立刻的、立即的、马上的就这个惊醒了他的父母。这里的 woke up 用过去式，让他的父母醒来了。
Together, they worked up the courage to check out what was outside. So, okay, when we say work up the courage, this means, okay, in the beginning, you don't really dare.To look. 你刚开始你不太敢 right? So they work up the courage just means, okay, let's look outside. No, we have to look. Okay, together. So they worked up the courage to check out what was outside. Is somebody there? Let's see. Okay.
Okay. 好的。所以呢，这里讲的这个 Stevie 老师刚刚讲的就是说，这个当你用这样子的一个片语worked up the courage 的时候，表示一开始是不敢的，然后但是他们一起的together 一起的 they worked up the courage， 所以他们呢就鼓起勇气，然后去看看外面到底是什么。
Well, it was a Bigfoot with a flashlight. Bigfoot, 大脚怪. Yeah.
对.
But it wasn't. We'll find out right after this quick break. Okay, we're back, and all right, Wendy, she got up to go to the bathroom.She saw a figure outside with a flashlight. She screamed. Everybody woke up, and they gathered up the courage to look outside. What did they see? Well, to their relief, they discovered that it was just a park ranger who kindly put out the coals on their grill in case of a fire. Okay, to their relief. This just means...When they found out what it was, they went,
松一口气.
Yeah. So to their relief, they found out it was just a park ranger. Park ranger are like people who work in the public parks. It's like a policeman for the parks.
That's right.
Yeah. They take care of the park. And it was a park ranger who kindly...put out the coals on their grill. To put out, this is the word we use for like put out a fire. So basically he was pouring water on the coals because the coals were still hot and glowing. So we say he was kindly just means 他是好心做的事.
对.
Right? So he kindly put out the coals on their grill in case of a fire.In case a fire would start from those hot coals, so he put them out.
所以呢，这边讲到说 to their relief, to somebody's relief， 这是一个固定的用法，指的就是令 那个 somebody 松一口气的事，所以这里因为是他们，所以是 to their relief。那么令他们松一口气的是呢，他们发现那只是一名这个园区的管理员，叫 Park Ranger 那么怎么样的管理员呢？那个很好心的把这个烤肉架上面的煤炭熄灭，以防有失火的状况发生，这样子的一个管理员。
Yeah. Now here, I want to mention something. When you go camping,and you have a fire in a grill or something like that, you cannot leave open fire or hot coals that are open. If you put a lid over them, if you have a grill and 你把它盖起来, that's fine. But if you have hot coals glowing in a barbecue grill, you cannot leave that open and go and leave or go to bed.It's illegal, and it can start fires.
对.
Because what if the wind comes or something like that?
That's right.
So, actually, in real life, he was kindly because 他没有罚他们钱.
Oh, that's right.
So, he was kindly.
Yeah.
But I just want students to know, if you go camping and you have a fire, even if it's barbecue coals or something, 木炭 or whatever, before you leave or go to bed, that fire has to be out or covered with something. It cannot be left open. It can start a fire and you will get fined a lot of money.
所以呢，这边 Stevie 老师提醒大家，就是如果有去露营的话，那么记得生了火，那个火或是那个煤炭一定要完全的熄灭，或是盖上盖子，你才能够离开那个现场。那么如果你是直接要离开的，那当然更要把它完全的熄灭，因为这都有可能造成火灾然后你也可能会被罚。那么这个就是非常危险的一件事情，要注意。
可是去睡觉也不行哦，要处理好。
对。
Yeah. So, okay. Now, despite being frightened for a moment, Wendy's family was grateful for the park ranger's assistance.This means even though for a minute they were scared.
That's right.
For just a minute they were frightened, they were scared. But even though they were scared, Wendy's family was grateful or thankful for the park ranger's assistance.
所以呢，接下来讲到 despite 是尽管尽管呢 being frightened 这边注意要用一个 being 因为他们是被吓到。尽管被吓到了一会儿 for a moment， 那么一下下短暂的一下下，但是呢 Wendy 的这个一家人呢，他们还是很感谢很感激，叫做 be grateful for 很感激呢这个园区管理员他的帮助。
In the end, the experience made their camping trip even more memorable. So in the end,Their camping trip was even more memorable. They remembered it even more because they remembered being scared by the park ranger with the flashlight.
好的，所以最后的结论就讲到说，那么最后in the end， 那么这样子的一个经验呢，让他们的这个露营之旅更加的难忘了，更加的让他们难忘，因为更加记住，那就是更加难忘只是
So this was their nightmare?
Yeah.
这个是他们的噩梦
Obviously.
Wow, they've never been camping before. Wow, that was not a nightmare. That was just a little tiny bit of excitement. A nightmare would be like, a venomous snake crawling into your bed in your tent up in the mountains.
Yeah, I agree.
Or a bear coming down into your campground.
Yeah.
That might be a nightmare. This is just a normal thing. Okay. But that is all. That's our article for today. Now we'll take a quick break and come back with our words and phrases. Okay, we're back looking at our words and phrases for today. We first talked about setting off immediately. 出发了. We also learned pitch a tent or set up a tent. We learned the phrase be sound asleep. Okay, sound asleep. We also learned the word immediately, right now. And we learned the word relief. I feel better. We learned the word put out, or the phrase put out a fire, and in case of a fire, meaning if a fire happens. And we learned the phrase grateful. To be grateful is to be thankful. And I am grateful and thankful for all of you, our listeners, and all of you who read Enjoy English. And with that, we're out of time. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.